And welcome back to episode 3 of the Going Over Clean podcast. I am your host, Chris, and as always, with me is Cam. How are you, Cam?
Not too bad. What's going on?
Oh, I'm just living the dream today. We've got a really insightful show for you today. It was changed a little bit last minute. I was going to talk a little bit about some of the NFL games coming up here, but there was some news going on the past week or two about some protests on college campuses, and it really got me fired up, got Cam pretty fired up. So I thought we were going to discuss that today. We're also going to be going in today on some theoretical movies. If we could have any movie we could make, who would we put in it, what would we rate it, etc. Maybe some disappointing video games, if we have time for that. What we kind of tried and what couldn't cut the mustard. And then another one, annoying athletes you just can't stand. You check your Bleacher Report notifications, you check Twitter all the time. There's always some stupid tweet or some stupid quote from the guy, and you just want to not have to deal with them anymore. So we'll talk about who's on our list for that too. So if you're listening to this today, there might be some technical difficulties going on with it. We have some issues with the mic in the studio today, so we'll do our best to try and get it fixed in case there's any problems for next time. We'll be listening to this on a way back, so if there is any feedback or any other issues, just please let me know. It would be a great help. Okay, so let's get into the very first topic of the day because I don't know how long we're going to spend on this because this is something that really gets me fired up.
Oh, boy.
Protesting on these college campuses. Now, the reason what I want to talk about is this. There's a gentleman that went to the University of Florida. His name is Richard Spencer. He is categorized by all outlets as one of two things, either a white nationalist or a white supremacist. He preaches about a white ethno-state, meaning he wants the United States to be exclusively white to people of English, French, German, and then some of the Nordic region of origins. And that is all he wants. And he thinks that is going to be the way to fix our country. And every time he goes to these colleges, there's always fights and violence that breaks out. I mean, are you really surprised on that?
Of course not.
Yeah. And so a lot of the state schools, such as Penn State and Ohio State, which coincidentally, those two are also on the games to watch this week. They play at 3:30 on Saturday at Ohio State. But their organization is actually suing Penn State and Ohio State because they will not have them on campus for a talk.
Really?
It's a state school, so I don't know the whole side of the lawsuit, but all I saw was the headlines is that the group is looking to sue. Now let me tell you something. There are people at Penn State that want a Joe Paterno statue put back up. If you are not welcome back there with all those alum, that tells you something.
Oh, yeah.
That really tells you something because there are alum up there that are sick of hearing about the Joe Paterno scandal, and they don't have any sympathy. So for you to go up there and you don't get anything, and they don't even want you, that tells you something. Not all Penn State people are bad. In fact, most of them are good. I have a friend whose brother went to Penn State. Most people there are really good people. But you have that vocal minority there is a little bit on the questionable side, and even that vocal minority that's on the questionable side doesn't want them. So that tells you something. So as I was saying, every place he's gone to, there's been violence, there's been racial tensions, neo-Nazis show up. So if you've ever seen the video of to punch a Nazi, that was him getting punched in the middle of an interview. There was the neo-Nazi who was walking around the University of Florida campus with a big smile on his face because he knew that if anybody hit him, it would be all over TV and he could get his sympathizers and all that. And of course, people hit him.
Of course.
I want to get into this, though. I really want to get into this. So there were some signs at some of these events. One person, this is from CNN, they took the photograph. It was a sign that said, "My grandparents fought in World War II. I should not have to fight Nazi scum too." Another one, it was a thumbnail on one of the YouTube videos. "This is not freedom of speech. This is terrorism. Arrest Spencer for racial injustice." Then you have people who will be chanting equality. They'll sometimes, put their fist up in equality while he's talking. They'll boo him. So he knows how to deal with those types of hecklers. So here's my thing. This is what I was talking about this all night at work. 5-hour shift. 4 of it was consisted of what I would do. It would bring me nothing but joy if this guy had to come here. Because what happens is they give out free tickets. The colleges will give out free tickets. and the students can go and get them. And so, like, what local pubs and bars are doing is they'll give you a free beer if you bring in 2 tickets. So they're essentially trying to empty the arena out. Right message, but it's ineffective. And I'm going to get into why it's ineffective. Because what happens is these people come to these protests and they're more civil, they're polite, they'll let him talk, and then they debate him. Here's the problem. He's a piece of garbage in my opinion, so I'm just going to state that right now. And I'm not going to bring any political views into it because there are people that go do speeches on college campuses that are more conservative, like Ben Shapiro from the Daily Wire, and they're considered white supremacists, neo-Nazis. He's not. This guy is. He has written books about it. He is the guy. He is the Cam Newton, the face of it, the Tom Brady, the Derek Jeter of it, of debating these issues on college campuses. You can find it anywhere about his rant on white ethno states. So this isn't some type of taking it out of context and I'm overreacting. I did my research on this. This is something he firmly believes in. So what he does is he goes and does these talks, and the college kids, the students come up and they ask him questions and he debates them. Here's my thing. Cam, you work in tires. After a while of working in tires, do you change tires or do you sell tires?
No, I
you change tires.
yeah.
After a while, correct me if I'm wrong, you could probably change tires with your eyes closed. Am I right?
I wouldn't recommend it, but I probably could if I wanted to.
So what you're telling me is you've done it so long that it's essentially become incredibly easy to you.
Right.
And so what I'm saying here is I'm in sales, so I do a lot of sales and I do a lot of communicating with customers. After a while, I've learned the pitch that works to sell certain products and to talk about certain products. I know what works because you get the same customer. Right in January, I'll get the same customer 10 times, 20 times in a day. Hey, it's my New Year's resolution. I'm looking to lose weight. And because I'm introduced to that need of a customer so much, I've become adjusted to it. That's what happens with him. People go there and they'll ask him the same. If you were to go to, I don't know, maybe go to one of his talks that he did at Baylor if he did one, and then compare it to the Florida talk, you're probably going to be getting the same questions.
Right.
Because people are going to ask him, what do you think about this? Or what do you think about this? What do you think about this? And it's always the same questions because everybody wants to try and get them. But the thing is because he's heard the questions so much, he's practiced on how to debate the kid and how to shut the kid up and how to shut him down and to make himself look great. So what they do during the Florida rant that I'm going to go on to, during the Florida show, or presentation, talk, forum, whatever you want to call it, the students, I'd say probably 50% of the seats were empty, roughly. You can watch the talk. They put a little camera up in the background. You can see them. So about 50% of the seats were empty. I'd say about 40% of people were there against him. About 10% were kind of for him or wanted to listen to him, okay? Now, if he ever came to Lemoyne, which I don't think would ever happen.
That would never happen.
I wish it would, though. I really would, because there would be a 35%. If we would follow this form, 50% of the people would not show up. 35% of the people would be there to support him. 10% would be there for him. 5% would be me there to just make a ruckus and to hijack the show. Because to me, my message to get across is we don't want you so much and we see you so little and you are such a child that we are going to treat you like a child. I am not going to acknowledge you. I am not going to pretend you're there. I will act like a child because at this point, there's nothing else I can do. You turn everything into everything you do is a sympathy thing. So when the people boom, it's, oh, are you going to let me finish? No, I'm not going to let you finish. I'm going to get rowdy. So I have gone down a full list here of the types of things that I would do if this gentleman came onto campus. So I am a passionate pro wrestling fan. We have talked about this numerous times. If you've talked to me, you know this. There is not, and I cannot think of any sport like this. There is not, and in television, there is not a TV show you can turn on where it is brought, the entertainers and the actors are put in the middle of a stage with fans around them that have projections into the microphones. You can hear the fans, where you can hear their feedback, hear what they're saying, hear what they're wearing, see what they're wearing, look at what they're doing. There is no show on television that does that. And the reason why is because pro wrestling thrives off fan interaction. Fan interaction is how you get such voluminous shows. And the Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania is seen as like this big event because the fans are just riding on cloud nine. They are just riding the wave. They're in great high spirits. They're yelling things. They're throwing beach balls around. They're hoping for returns. They're hoping for surprises. They're going nuts. Like every year, there's always something they're doing. So my goal is this. Step one, to get as many of these tickets as I can get my hands on. If I have to pay for them secondhand off StubHub, I will. I need to get as many of these tickets as I can get. Step two, I got to organize a crowd. Okay? Now, I will be the leader of this crowd. I will take all blame for whatever happens at this event if it gets out of hand. So the reason I need people to follow me or to follow my lead is because if I want something to be chanted and I start yelling it, I need people who will do it no matter what. I'll never say anything racial or offensive, but if I want to just, like, if you're a pro wrestling fan, you know the Dudley Boys. And what's the Dudley Boys' most synonymous line? Bubba Ray slaps Devon and he goes, Devon! And he counts to 3 and the crowd goes crazy and they go, get the tables! That's what I'd be doing. Slap the guy next to me and go, Devon! And you get it going. I'd get all sorts of chants, songs, all sorts of things going. And now you're asking yourself, well, why would you be wrestling fans? Because I want to fill this whole thing with as many wrestling fans as I can get. Here's why. In New Japan, Hiromu Takahashi carries around a stuffed pet cat named Daryl. Daryl the cat is cheered more than John Cena and Roman Reigns together. He is cheered more than Brock Lesnar. It's a stuffed cat. A stuffed cat. It's this little cat. You can look it up. Daryl, D-A-R-Y-L, Takahashi, T-A-K-A-H-A-S-H-I, Takahashi. You can buy this cat online. It's like $20 and then like $50 shipping because it's out of Japan. It's just like a stuffed cat, just a random stuffed cat. So I would heckle the life out of them because not only do wrestling fans love to heckle and chant stupid things, but no one watches wrestling anymore. No one really does anymore. It's not as popular as it was in the 90s. So I can go there and I can chant for the New Day and he's not going to know. Because what happens is they'll start in Florida, they started to chant for the Gators and they started doing the Gator chop. And you know what he did? He started doing it back so they would shut up. Here's the difference. I will go out there and I will get a group of people to do the New Day entrance, which is just Big E going, "Aw, Syracuse! Don't you dare be sour! Clap for your world-famous 4-time champs and to feel the power!" And then you just go, "It's a new day, yes it is." And then people just start clapping. And then what's he going to do? Nothing. He doesn't know anything about the damn New Day. There's no way. No way in hell. And then if he starts to copy and you start clapping, you change the clap. You do the New Day Rocks. New Day Rocks. Because he's not going to know. He won't know anything. And this is why you need to get the wrestling fans. Because the wrestling fans, if you've ever been to an independent wrestling show, wrestling fans don't give a damn. They will chant for a stuffed cat. They will chant for a pair of shoes. They will chant anything they want. They sing songs at some of these wrestling events. Like there's a wrestler named Bayley. She's one of the female wrestlers for WWE. Out of nowhere, at one of the NXT events, they just started singing a song. I was like, "Hey, Bayley." And they go, "Ooh, ah." And they go, "I want to know, will you be my girl?" And just doing that for 10, 15, 20 minutes. Because they can. They don't, wrestling fans just do whatever we want. We do whatever we want. We hijack shows. We talk about what we want. So that's step one. I need the environment. And I can teach people how to, like I said, I need wrestling fans because the wrestling fans will do it. If people will come with me and do it, whether it's you or whether it's my coworkers, whether it's my other friend that don't watch wrestling, I don't care. If anyone's willing to come with me, this is an open invitation to the 10 people that listen to this. If we get 10, maybe 4. This is an open invitation that if you are willing to say whatever I tell you to do, you can come with me, and we're going to have a great time. Then I want to I'm not even done yet. So the group thing is here. That's just step one. Step two, grouping. So there's 2 ways I could do this. Someone brought up a really good point. You could do it one side, you split the group up because I want two distinct groups, and I want everyone dressing in the same thing. You're either going to wear some sort of Bullet Club shirt, black pants and black shoes, or a Shield shirt, black pants, black shoes. I want you to get like a black paramilitary look to you, okay? Because then we can identify each other, and he's going to look into the crowd. He's going to see Bullet Club. He's going to see Villain Club. He's going to see American Nightmare. He's going to see Los Ingobernables, or he's going to see just Sierra Hotel Indio Echo Lima Delta Shield. And he's just going to see the Shield arms, the seal of the Hounds of Justice, but everyone's going to look the same, so he's going to know that we're together. And then you do half and half chants. So like like out of nowhere. You split the group up so there's half and half on both sections. One half will do the, let's go Cena. Other half, Cena sucks. Let's go Cena. Cena sucks. And you just heckle the crap out of him. Because the thing is one, I don't care what he has to say. I want him to know that he is not welcome. And by booing him and calling him a racist and a bunch of things, it validates him. For some reason, he feels validated by it. He thrives off of it. But if I start chanting, let's go Cena, Cena sucks, he's not going to know what to do. He's just standing on the stage looking like a fool, like an idiot. And then, if I can go all out, this is something that will definitely not happen. Beach balls, balloons, and streamers. Now, you say streamers. Let me explain why. Everyone that's never watched any bit of Ring of Honor wrestling, go on the Google, go on the YouTube, type in Ring of Honor streamers. What you'll see is they don't have any pyrotechnics, no celebrations, nothing like that. When a guy gets in the ring, people from the crowd, and it's not handed out, they bring them themselves, will throw streamers into the ring. And these guys will get cascaded with streamers. That's what I want. When he walks on the stage, just to get covered in streamers. Because the second that happens, you know what it does? It's like throwing a pick six on the first play of the game. You're already off guard. You're thrown off by these damn streamers. You've got somebody out here cleaning up the streamers. And all of a sudden you got people chanting for John Cena. So you are already out of your mental state of preparedness that you already came in with. And so you just heckle the crap out of them. And you can't shut me out. You can't copy my chants because here's the thing. Let's say he does watch WWE. You know what I'm going to do? Bullet Club. 2 sweets. We want Daryl. And then, if he knows all that stuff, this is where we get the real fun. Bring in the signs. Signs. College game day signs because no one has better signs than college game day.
No, not at all.
Nobody. So I would get all sorts of stuff. I'd get and I wouldn't get anything like, you're a racist and you're a Nazi, because he likes that type of stuff. He thrives off of it. I'd get something like, Richard Spencer sits down when he pees. Spencer doesn't want Bama. Then I'll put in big ones, Lemoyne wants Bama, and put that right in front of the camera. So Nick Saban and Alabama know, when you want competition, come to the private Catholic school in New York that doesn't have a football team. Richard Spencer hates Little Sebastian, the mini horse from Parks and Rec. Or my other one I like too, Richard Spencer posts Minion memes on Facebook. Just absolutely stupid things. Because you don't know what to do. You can't thrive off it. You can't ridicule people. You can't make fun of people. You just can't. He's transposed because his whole act is he comes out and he does the same thing. Like imagine this. Imagine you were changing your tires and all of a sudden Possum comes up. All right, just out of nowhere. Possum just walks around, starts going through a bunch of your stuff in the garage, starts knocking stuff over. Are you going to keep changing your tire? You're going to watch the Possum.
I don't know. I don't care.
You're going to watch that Possum.
I am going to watch that Possum.
So that's the thing, is we're going to be that Possum. We're going to be bringing him, just creating a mess for him. Just bringing the ruckus. Just fun and a ruckus. So, to me, and I've talked about this, to me, it would bring me no more joy because I would just love to do it. And then, another thing too, Lemoyne is a school for activism. So, if you didn't know, it is rumored one of the first draft cards that was ever burnt in the Vietnam War was up here at Lemoyne. Okay? It's also said after the election happened and Lemoyne had their little protests there, I don't know what to call them, right there on the quad.
Yep.
The tension on the quad that happened last semester, or in the last
fall.
year, last fall. That was on national news. You had celebrities tweeting about what was going on at Lemoyne. So, if you're someone who's fighting for social justice, what a hell of a way to bring in some social justice fans by being like, hey, you want some social justice? Watch this group of idiots shut down a neo-Nazi because they're just being goofy. Because that's the thing is, I want to make it as illegitimate as possible. I want him to look at the talk and be like, well, this was a waste of a talk. Good. I want every talk to be like that. I don't want you to get your point across. I don't want you to send me home with some food for thought. All right? I don't care. I think you're an idiot, and I think you're a buffoon, and you should be treated as a child. So I'm going to go down to your level as a child because trying to teach you as an adult did not work, apparently. So since you're going to come to a college and debate kids, because, 18, 19, 20, you're still super young. I don't care what anybody says. To me, we're still kids. Like 25, when you're living on your own, got your own insurance, then you're kind of a grown adult.
Right.
But, like, when you're still kind of, like, living on campus and, like, you're messing around, like, you don't really know what you're going to do with your life, you're still kind of a kid. To me, you're, like, super young, still a kid. Or young adults. I'll say young adults for those that don't think that between 18 and 22 is still, like, being a young kid. Because to me, high schoolers are still kids. He thrives off just debating kids. So if he wants to come to some place and be a kid, I'll treat him like a kid and be a kid myself. And then here's the other thing, too. This is what's great. He has questions you can ask.
Oh, boy.
You can ask questions. Now, you can get vulgar with the questions, but then you waste it. Like, you can walk up there and be like, hey, I hate you, you're a piece of shit, and then just walk away. But like I said, he thrives off people not liking him. He gets more people off of it. He gets off by it. He makes fans out of the sympathy of, look what these violent college kids said to me. If I walk up there and I go, let me ask a quick question. Braun Strowman versus Undertaker at WrestleMania 33. Who you got going over? He's going to look at me and be like, what the hell are you talking about? And you go, exactly. Or you start it with, you just get the microphone and go, quick service announcement. The red Jeep with the license plate number V2R693612. Your lights are on. And you just walk away. I want him to be thrown off guard as much as humanly possible. So if there's anything I can do to just make this show be an inconvenience to him, I'm going to do it. Like if I can get, and I can block him on the camera so you can't see him, I'll do that. That's the whole point of the signs. The signs is to block him. So when you try to put it up online, you don't see anything. So then when people go, oh, what happened to that Richard Spencer talk at Lemoyne College? You go, really, it was just a bunch of idiot kids, like 10 or 20 kids came in and ruined it. They just talked about wrestling. They were way too rowdy. They got crazy, and he had to leave. And it's like, he got kicked off the stage by a bunch of idiotic, possibly drunk wrestling fans. Yes. Do you realize how embarrassing that is? People see wrestling fans as fat losers, and you got heckled off the stage by a crowd of them, all wearing the same thing, under the same message, with the same exact look, that we're sick of your crap. And that's what I want to do. I just want to ruin him. And another thing, too, is I don't want a single punch. For anyone that's listening to this, I don't want a single punch, kick, grab, shove, spit thrown at anybody. I do not want this to turn into a violent battleground, because the second it turns into a violent battleground, he gets to make sympathy for himself. Even if he looks at you and says, you're a piece of garbage, you're going to hell, people like you are what's wrong with this country, you just got to look at him and be like, yeah, but can you book Daryl the Cat over Roman Reigns? Or look at him and just go, yeah, I'm a piece of shit. I'm not the one that said Batman could beat Superman, pal. Like, you just do anything you can to make him look like a fool and show how little people care about what he has to say. Because if you show nobody cares, you show he's not worth bringing anymore.
No.
Like, that's what keeps people... What keeps LeVar Ball popular is that people keep listening to what he says. If you don't listen to him, guess what? You're never going to hear from him again. You don't. And that's the thing is, if you just ignore these people, they will go away. But you also have to embarrass them. The first step is to get them embarrassed. The first step is to take away their legitimacy. And to me, that's what you do. You get a wrestling fan, a bunch of wrestling fans. You get them going. You get them rowdy. And like I said, it couldn't be wrestling fans. I mean, I could personally lead a group of anybody. Anyone that wants to come do this, more than welcome. I would have it would be the greatest thing in my life. I will look back on my wedding day and they'll be like, "Do you have any great things that you want to talk about besides your wedding?" I'll be like, "That day when I was 20-something years old and I ripped apart that neo-Nazi on college using my wrestling chants." And that's another thing too. When the questions start coming, you just start doing the what. What do you think of an ethno state? Why do you like an ethno state? The reason I like an ethno state is because what? I said the reason I like a what? Just stupid stuff. Literally just childish and stupid. Because I just want to heckle them. Because if you ever go to stand-up comedians, when there's a terrible stand-up comedian, the fans will heckle him off the stage. Yeah. That's what I'm going to do here. Because this guy's a joke. It's just a bad joke. You got to get him kicked off the stage and get him over with. And besides, you and me are pretty big dudes. Not many little guys are going to come up to me and go, "You better watch your mouth," especially when there's 10 or 15 of us. They're not going to say anything.
No.
They're going to sit there. They're going to listen to the idiots. And the goal is to hopefully get that 35% of people that came to protest to get them in on the joke and just rip this guy. Just go all at it. The show could end with a "Let's go Cena, Cena sucks" chant. Any last words? Bullet Club. Too sweet. Whoop, whoop. Too sweet. Whoop, whoop. That would just bring so much joy to me. Like, I don't know. And you know what it is, too? I've been a wrestling fan for 20 years. I'm 21. I've been a wrestling fan. Actually, probably about, no joke, I've probably been a wrestling fan for 18 years.
18.
When my brother was like 5, he used to record like old episodes. He used to record the Monday Night Raw episodes when it was during the Attitude Era War. He'd record them on the videotapes, and then he would just watch them. And like probably about 6 years ago, we uncovered those tapes because what he would do is we had a TV back in the day. We had our own. My brother and I had our own room, and my mom thought we were always watching it, so she would stay in our room till like 10 o'clock, and she would leave. And so after she would leave, he'd come in, pop the tape. He'd come down, pop the tape, and we'd just watch the wrestling. We used to watch wrestling all the time. It is a diehard thing. I will never not love pro wrestling. It's a very it's a love-hate relationship. Like right now, I watched Raw and I was just dissatisfied with it. But I still love pro wrestling. I just love it. I don't know why. To me, it's entertainment. I'm not one of the people where it's like, it's still real to me, and this is that, and this is that. Well, like, to me, perfect example, TLC. Braun Strowman got a pile of chairs on him. And then just to hear out of nowhere, "Oh my God," and the camera pans to Braun Strowman. You see one hand get up on the stage, the other hand get up on the stage, and he pulls himself up being covered in chairs. And it's just hysterical. I laugh at it because it's like, what is going to kill this Braun Strowman character? Nothing. There was an angle. Literally, other than that, they threw him in a garbage truck, and they compacted him and drove him away. That's what finished him off at TLC. But before that, the only time he lost and got beat up, Roman Reigns threw him in an ambulance, drove into the backstage arena, and drove backwards and drove that ambulance ass first into a production truck and crashed it. And Braun Strowman still got out of the truck and was like, "I'm not finished with you." There's nothing that can kill the character of Braun Strowman. I love it. I just love to see, like, oh, you think he's dead. And then all of a sudden, he gets up and he's just walking all wobbly. He just comes over. He's like, "I want competition." He just grabs the guy, throws him around. It's hysterical. It's absolutely hilarious. It's entertainment. So that's why I love it so much. And watching the years of a crowd, because now I've seen what it's like to hijack a show. I know what it's like to support a guy or to boo a guy and have him feed off of it, and to hijack a show. There's a difference. Like when John Cena comes out and he says, "Let's go Cena, Cena sucks," you feed into him. Because then he's going to be talking about it. He's going to look around, absorb it all in, and like that's going to be part of the promo. But if you just like start singing the Bailey song, or you start doing like a "Too Sweet" chant while he's out there, I mean, other than him, no one else is going to be able to go with that. Most people are just going to be stuck there, just stand there waiting. What he's going to do is he's going to stand there and wait for people to stop talking, and then he's going to do it.
Right, because he doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, and that's what I do with this guy. I would just absolutely shellac him verbally. Questions would come around. I would just ask the stupidest questions. Be like, "Hey, man, in your honest opinion," or better yet, I forgot this one too. I'd ask this question too. I saw this on. This was probably when we were high school seniors. This was a question about Israel. This guy asked. So he gets on the phone and he calls in this chain. There's this, I think it's on MSNBC on like Saturday mornings. This poor guy, I genuinely feel bad for him. He fields calls all day on this television show, and it's just people calling in saying the weirdest things. So like, it was talking about Israel, and this one guy's like, "Oh, these daggone people are just gonna take away our government money, and they're gonna take away our football fields," and it's like, I don't know. So the next guy gets on and he goes, "Hey, Mike, I see you said I'm from Beverly Hills. I'm actually I actually call from Bel Air, formerly of West Philadelphia." And he goes, "So I was talking with my friends up at the basketball courts a few years ago about this event back when I was living in Philadelphia. And so essentially what had happened was a couple of guys who were up to no good, they essentially started making trouble in my neighborhood. I got one little fight. My mom got scared. And she said, 'You're moving with your auntie and uncle to Bel Air.' And they cut him off because he was singing. You look like you didn't even know what I'm talking about, do you?
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's from the Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
That was way before I was born, I'm pretty sure.
It was one of the greatest shows, though. The Fresh Prince of Bel Air. You've never heard the intro?
No.
My God. Oh, my God.
Hey, man, I watched Dragon Ball as a kid. That's all you ever
But
needed.
still, it's one of the most like well-known TV shows. It created Will Smith's entire career.
Oh, I've heard of it, but I just never cared to watch it.
My God. Oh, my God. I can't believe that. Well, that ruins the joke, Don.
It kind of does.
So, well, then there you go. I'll just ask him this. You could walk up to the stage yourself and go, "Quick question, Mr. Spencer. If you collected all 7 Dragon Balls, what would your wish be?" And then you just go, mine was to be a Saiyan, and then you just walk away. Like, if you parade him with stupid shit, he's gonna one, be a pouty baby, he's gonna yell at you, which is great, because, oh man, the neo-Nazi yelled at me, I don't know how I'm gonna be able to live with myself. And 2, people will love you for it. A lot of people there will be pissed because they'll be like, "You need to let him talk so you can debate him logically." I'm gonna be like, no, because he goes everywhere and does it. So to me, I just like to rip him apart. It's more fun.
No one would be against you in that. Seeing how
No.
people are so against Trump, this guy's 100 times worse than Trump.
That's 100% true.
So
There are guys, like I said, there's guys like Ben Shapiro who write for the Daily Wire, a conservative point of view. He debates college kids too, and he gives them the same thing. He's an intellectual, goes to political conventions, he debates. He doesn't like the guy. Most people don't like the guy. He's just got a small minority of hardcore cult followers.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there was some rumor that he was being accused of starting the riot in Charlottesville. I can't confirm it, so I'm not going to say it.
Right.
There's not any evidence for me to say that he did or did not do it. So it's a tough pill for me to swallow to not call him on that one. I wish I did my research so I could... Well, if he does come, I'll do my research on it, and then I'll call him out on that. But, like, to me, it's like the activism goes so far. Like, oh, you know what else I would do? The second he starts, after the streamer, I'd just have everyone take a knee.
Take a knee.
Everyone just takes a knee, gets up, pretends to put a helmet, and buckle the chin straps up. One guy gets in the front, turns around, pretends to kick the ball off. Guy fair catches it. Like, I just want it to make it a joke. I want it to look like a giant party. Because then it's going to be like, well, I'm never coming back to Lemoyne ever again. Good! Nobody wants you anywhere.
He would never
I hope I create a mold. I hope when this happens, if it happens, it creates a mold for other schools to go, here's how you deal with people like this. You don't hit them, you don't debate them, you treat them like a child, and you ruin them so they never want to come back to your place again. Because they will stay there as long as they want. Because they love debating people. They'll stay there as long as they want and talk as much garbage as they can. If you make them leave, not by force of violence, but by sheer embarrassment, if you just embarrass him to the point of he doesn't want to be there anymore, you've won. Because he's not going to come back, and he's not going to spread his stupid message in Syracuse anymore. And that's what I want, is I want everyone around the country to just heckle him. Not do the, like, I appreciate, and what you're doing is right, by holding up the fist, bringing the signs. The thing is, he feeds off of it. He loves it when you do it. So I need people to just start being idiots and just be a doofus like me, be a jokester like me. The former generations were activists. They fought for rights. They fought in wars. We're a pretty snarky, sarcastic generation, I'd
Oh,
say.
you're probably one of the
We need
most.
to use that to our advantage. Rip people apart. Make fun of people. Berate them when they deserve it. Because by all means, I'll say this. I don't ever berate anybody or make fun of anybody because I always fear that it's no matter what the situation is. If I say something mean to somebody, it can always turn into, well, they got a lot going on in their life. So I'd feel really terrible the second after literally after I exhale that last breath, I feel terrible the second I do it. With this guy, it's a neo-Nazi. So I literally don't feel bad. I mean, I don't know anybody that would. So yeah, I would just love to berate him. But now that I've gone on my what seems to be a 35-minute rant about this, let me ask you your opinion, Cam. What would you do if he came?
Just for shits and giggles, I'll just listen to what he has to say. I'll just sit there and just listen to him, like just in spite of him, just to see.
But see, that's my problem. Is like he wants you to do that.
But I think this shit's kind of funny. Like how this guy's like, this dude needs to get his head checked or something, because there's something not right with him.
Oh, I know.
I don't know if he got dropped on the head as a baby or something, but something's missing in his life, and he needs to figure that out instead of trying to promote pro-white America.
Oh, I know. I'm with you 100% of the way. That's not my problem. It's just for me, it's tough because there's no wrong way to approach how to protest the guy. Like if you're going to protest him, it's the right thing to do. My question is just what is the most effective way? To me, I feel like if you heckle him as a joke and show him how much of an idiot he is, not by debating him, because chances are he's gonna debate somebody. He's gonna debate you because he's practiced his points 1 million times.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're just gonna. You could watch every single debate or forum he's ever had, read all the questions off, and go, well, I noticed you never commented on this. Care to comment now? He's got you right in his hands. He's got you right where he wants you. If you fill that place up with discourse, wrestling chants,
just overall
tomfoolery, chaos. And you make it, and when I mean chaos, I don't mean like we're going to riot, we're going to get on stage, we're going to cause a ruckus. I mean, if I could get a streaker on the stage, that'd be glorious. I mean, if someone volunteered to streak, that would be absolutely hysterical. So, I mean, that would be the funniest thing for me.
The crazy part about all this, though, this dude's net worth, $185 million. How is that dude worth that much?
You looked it up? Are you kidding me?
That dude's worth $185 million.
Are you serious? Oh, he's definitely getting it now.
How?
Because people pay him to do this.
How do you make that much money doing no one likes you?
Because colleges pay him to do this.
And
he sells books and he gets paid to come to these places and spread these hateful messages. That's what I'm saying. I want to make it so you never come back to this place again. I cannot believe this guy is worth more money than Carmelo Anthony. Are you serious right now? Are you kidding me?
This dude is insane. I'm speechless on how much he's worth.
Are you? That is Tom. That is. You deserve it at that point, because you know what? Even if I do say something, you're worth $200 million. You can take it, pal.
Yeah, you can take. Yeah, come on, 200, like almost 200.
I'm a broke ass college kid who, on a good week, I can afford to get some Taco Bell once in a while. He can take it. Oh my god. Oh, that opens it up to a whole new stream of revenue. Like that just opens it up even more.
I don't get it. I'm confused by that. I am.
You know what? That segment we were going to talk about later, where it's talking about athletes, in the old words of Chris Jericho, he just made the list because he's worth more than athletes on this list.
Yeah, by far.
Look up while you're doing I'm going to keep going on to this point. Do me a favor. Look up some of the guys I looked up on the list there, and just see. Tell me how many of the guys on my list are worth more than he is. I'm curious to know, because I cannot believe that. I cannot absolutely believe that he is worth more than $100 million. I mean, you deserve to get this, and this is what I'm talking about. He's huge.
I don't understand how, though. No one likes him.
Because he's just this hateful icon that you learn to know. And he's written these speeches. He gets paid by these scholars to go to these things and do these interviews and these shows and all these other things. I can't believe it's $185 million. That is astounding. He's worth more than probably the industry of pro wrestling, other than WWE. I cannot believe that. Oh my God. Now I'm definitely going to do it. Guy's worth $200 million. There's no way that guy's watching pro wrestling. No way in hell.
No.
But now that worries me, though. Because since he's that rich, he's got security.
And he has power. If you got money, you got power.
Yeah, but power doesn't beat numbers. That's what I'm saying. You can't kick out everybody. That's what I'm saying. You kick out, like I said, if I can fill that place up and it's like, if I can fill it up or get maybe like 30% of the people there to go for the wrestling chance and just to annoy him, then I don't think you can't kick out 30% of a crowd. It's impossible.
No.
But then again, that's why I wear the Bullet Club stuff. So he knows who's causing the ruckus. But then again, I want to show a unified front. A united front is the best way to do it. That's how you win wars, with a united front. You don't split your fronts up. So I would gladly show him every single person that follows my movement, gets in the Bullet Club gear, or gets in the Shield gear, and just berates this guy. I don't want any of like the super like political, because to me that stuff doesn't work because he thrives off of it.
Right.
So it's absolutely crazy that. Oh, perfect. Thank you. I see what you're doing there.
Yep.
I know the middle two you don't have to worry about. The last one, I don't think you have to look at all. So we just did a little bit of quick number crunching here. Came with a numbers department here. On my list of annoying athletes I can't stand, I'm going to spoil it now. Joel Embiid, Draymond Green, Kevin Durant, Conor McGregor, Grayson Allen, the forward from Duke, Baker Mayfield, the quarterback for Oklahoma, and LeVar Ball. Out of all of these people, only one of them is worth more than Richard Spencer, and it's Kevin Durant.
He almost doubles him. Almost.
What about Floyd? Look up Floyd.
Oh, Floyd.
I'm curious.
He's
I swear
he's
to
probably
everything.
At least 500 mil, I would assume.
I mean,
400 mil.
close.
Yeah.
I know he doesn't come close to Jordan. Jordan trumps him easy. Thank God. But literally, Draymond Green, Conor McGregor, he's bigger than Conor McGregor, who just fought at T-Mobile Arena for $100 million. He's half of Floyd Mayweather's net worth. Floyd Mayweather's 20-year boxing career, beating some of the greats, being cited as the greatest boxer of all time.
Yep.
Net worth $400 million. Richard Spencer, $185.
That blows my mind. I can't get over that.
Neither can I. Neither can I. This whole show might literally just be how much I hate this guy now. Because now I hate this guy even more. And now you know what I would do? At the rallies, if he does something, even better. If you throw the streamers, he throws them back. Oh, I got hit in the head. I'm suing for concussions. I got CTE. I got all these problems now. Oh, I can't count to 11 anymore. A through F is gone. So now it's no longer the ABCs. He's like, you mean it's the GHIs, right? I can do that. GHIJKLMNOP. That's what I'm gonna do now. I'm just gonna, or just be like, my back, and just fall right out of the ground, and just take him to court and sue him for like $20 million. Because that guy he'd be the type of guy to be like, yeah, this guy's suing me. What a joke. I'm gonna put it all over my media, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'm suing him. Worth $185 million. He's a racist piece of garbage. Yep. You bet your ass I'm gonna sue him. People have sued for a lot worse reasons
yep.
to better people. So, $185 million. Well, that is absolutely crazy.
Well, it just goes to show you that you can do almost anything you want. You don't even gotta be popular. You can still make money somehow, some way. Which, I don't know how this guy did this. I don't know if he's a good businessman or what, but I am confused about this.
Oh, I'm with you. I just don't understand how he's got the money. I got an article here from Mother Jones. Incredibly unreliable source. Incredibly unreliable. Says that he's got his money from Louisiana cotton fields and the U.S. government. So, he is in a... Spencer, along with his mother and sister, according to this website, this could make a little more sense. Could be completely inaccurate, but if it isn't, whatever. Spencer, along with his mother and his sister, are absentee landlords to a 5,200 acre of cotton and cornfield in an impoverished, largely African American region of Louisiana, according to records examined by revealed from the Center for Investigative Reporting. The farms controlled by multiple family-owned businesses are worth millions. 1,600 acres of the 5,200 acres were sold for $4 million in 2012. So he's got a lot of farm money. He's got that farm money. That's how it makes sense. The guy's a joke. He's a joke. I can't believe it. $185 million. Gives me hope, though. If that guy can make it, maybe I can make it and be like the next big
if he
podcaster.
can make it, anyone can make it.
Yeah, if you can make it being a piece of shit, maybe you can make it being a great person and inspiring people.
Right.
Because that's the whole point of this, is to inspire people to go out there and accomplish life and have a good time. Because this was just going to be a sports show, but I wanted to inspire people to enjoy themselves and to chase that dream and to work your way up and to just nose to the ground, grind, just grinding it out 5 days a week, doing what you love or working on it so you can get where you want to be. And if that guy can make it, being a piece of garbage, someone's got to make it to counter him.
Yep.
There's got to be someone to be there's got to be a Derek Jeter to his David Ortiz. There needs to be David Ortiz to his Derek Jeter. Because Jeter was the better one. There needs to be a Tom Brady to his Peyton Manning. There needs to be that Manny Pacquiao to his Floyd Mayweather. That rivalry of one or the other.
Yep.
And when those two titans finally collide, that's what it's going to be. I will gladly throw my hat in the race to be the most anti-Richard Spencer guy you can find. I will organize. If I can just get wrestling fans to join the movement, and this is a declaration to all those independent wrestling fans, because God knows there's a lot of us. If you are listening to this right now and you need a movement to be part of, you are welcome to join my Cheap Pops During Richard Spencer Talks movement. Hashtag hijack the guy. This isn't, he's not a good guy. He's not a bad guy. He's a terrible guy.
He is a terrible guy.
He's a terrible guy. That's Roman Reigns, by the way. I don't know.
Didn't know
I had
that.
to explain that to you because you didn't get it, because his whole slogan is, I'm not a bad guy, I'm not a good guy, I'm the guy. So that surprises me. I can't believe we're 47 minutes into this show and 4 topics lined up. I knew this was going to take forever. I told you it was going to. I told you I was so passionate about this. I swear to God, if the audio doesn't come through on this, because I made a couple quick adjustments at the end, if the audio doesn't come through good on this, I'm going to be so disappointed. Because this has by far been my favorite rant, favorite show, favorite topic I've ever got to go on to. So I really hope this works. I'm gonna be heartbroken if it doesn't, because I'm just looking at these little small audio blips that are looking like they're working, but they might not be working. I can't tell. So I'm just gonna hope for the best and just pray to God that everything's working just fine. All right, we're done with that. We're gonna put that on the back burner because God knows he's gonna come back for another talk, and we'll talk about it next time. Okay? So I want to talk to you about something else too. In your opinion, theoretical movies. If you could make any movie or reboot any movie, who would you cast and what would the rating be? Like PG, G, R, X, F, lowercase W, I don't know.
Lowercase W. Is that even a thing?
Probably not.
A reboot. It may not be a necessarily good series, but one of my favorite series was The Expendables. That is by.
Okay. Who would you put in the new Expendables film?
Or
would you just bring it back?
I'll just bring it back
With all of them, just a sequel of all of them again?
Yep.
See, I knew you were going to say that because everybody knows that the Dragon Ball live-action movie was one of the greatest movies of all time. Am I right?
It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. There's no Dragon Ball live-action movie.
Are you serious? You've never seen Dragon Ball Evolution?
I don't want to talk about it.
That is it right there. Right there, Dragon Ball Evolution.
One of the worst
You wouldn't-
movies ever.
Oh, come on. How are you not going to reboot that movie? I mean, come on, my man.
Dragon Ball will stay anime. It'll never go live action.
They're actually planning on
They are.
a live action.
And I hope it gets. I hope it just fails. So they just stop it for good.
God, that looks terrible. Just looking back on it, I never watched Dragon Ball. When I was like 12. I thought that movie looked okay, but now that I've seen where the product comes from, I realize how terrible of a movie that thing actually was. And just looking at it, and then I rewatched. It was on TV or something a while ago.
Was it really?
It's back on. I
didn't know they
rewatched it.
Put that on TV.
I saw. Oh yeah, it's on FX all the time.
Oh my
FX
God.
must have just FX. Someone at FX must be the only person
that likes that
that
movie.
likes that movie. So I don't. I'm just surprised by it. I mean, I rewatched. It was just so terrible. When I was a kid, I was like, oh wow, this is so great. I rewatched it. It's so terrible.
Yep.
So I'd have two films I want to throw in here. I talked about it Monday, the Uncharted films.
Yep.
If I could get a PG Uncharted movie, because at first they wanted to have it R, now it's PG-13 with Tom Holland. I like Tom Holland. He's super young, so the part progresses. But I want it now. I want him as he is in the games now. Like in the games, he's
He's probably early 30s, I would say.
Yeah, late 20s, mid 20s to
He's got
early
a wife,
30s.
got a kid.
He does not have a wife, and he doesn't have a kid.
Yeah, he
until
does.
the very end of the game.
Yeah, very end. Yeah,
Very end of the
That's what I'm
game.
talking about. What do you talk? You're not talking.
I'm talking about the very first game.
Oh,
Drake's Fortune.
okay.
I'm talking about Drake's
gotcha. All
Fortune.
right,
That's
yeah.
what I wanted to put.
Oh yeah. You guys
And
see
so
a
who
young
would I
guy.
cast? Who would I cast? And this is one that I said it before he got Jurassic World. I said it before he got the Passengers role. Chris Pratt. Chris
I
Pratt.
can see it.
Because he's a satirical action hero,
Yep.
and he's super young. And in fact, there was talks before he got big that they were going to put him that they were talking to him. Before he got huge, they had interviewed him about possibly doing the movie.
It's too late now because I think he's.
And they literally did. They literally did photo shoots for it, like potential shoots for the film if he was going to do it. So I would have lost my marbles. I would totally do it. Second one though. So I don't know if you want to call it a reboot. It's a buddy cop film, 3 cops comedy, starring Kevin Hart, The Rock, and Shaquille O'Neal.
Oh man.
I don't know what I would call it, but it's got to be hilarious because it's going to be like, oh, look at Kevin Hart get thrown around by The Rock. Oh, look at The Rock get thrown around by Big Shaq. Isn't this hilarious? All 3 of them are super funny in my opinion.
Oh, man.
I love all 3 of them. They're hysterical in their own sense. I love to see Shaq in an action comedy movie. So that would be my FBI agent, cop, with some sort of crime movie where they've got guns and badges and hilarity ensues. Call it Police Academy. Call it, I don't know, Central Intelligence with adding Commissioner Shaquille O'Neal. I don't care. I would die in that movie. That would be one of the funniest. To me, that'd be one of the funniest movies you could possibly make in a 20-year span. Would be those 3 guys.
Oh yeah.
So, any other ones you want to add since I threw in a second one? Because I could go on all day about this.
Oh man.
One I would also love to do while you're kind of getting some ideas. I'll just kind of go on a tangent. Another one I would love to do is I would love to have I forgot the guy's name. Tobey Maguire. I would love to have a Tobey Maguire Black Spider-Man, like Venom,
Yeah.
the symbiote Spider-Man, facing off against Tom Holland Spider-Man in a film. Because that would just be hilarious because everybody knows. If you watch Spider-Man 3 and Emo Peter, they call it, he's such a joke. It's just a gimmick. It's so hilarious. And then he has to he's dancing around like a buffoon facing Tom Holland, who's joking around and just jumping from tree to tree like it's nothing, giving people their churros back and all sorts of good stuff. So that was what I would do. Do you have another one?
I want to bring back Anchorman. Are they making a third one or no?
No. The second one just tanked.
Was it really that bad?
Yeah, it was supposed to be
I thought it was pretty
terrible.
funny.
You're looking at a guy who loved Boo and Medea Halloween. So I never know. It's not a matter of whether I liked it or not. It's a matter of how much money it brought in.
Right.
The box office brought in, let's see here. So the movie cost $50 million. It brought in a domestic gross of $125 million, and it brought in a worldwide of 46. So it brought a total of $173 million. Cost them $50 million.
So
they profited off of about $125 million,
Right.
$120 million of the
That's
film.
not bad. That's pretty.
No, it's not bad at all.
Pretty good.
The problem is like it was just
It was probably all hype.
wasn't as funny as the last one or as the first one.
The sequels are never as good as the first ones.
I don't know about that.
There's been quite a. I can't name any off the top of my head because I don't watch movies that often, but I've heard.
I thought
things.
Guardians 2 was better than Guardians 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guardians of the Galaxy is one of my favorite movies. I have a sad, depressing story about Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, what we got? 50? I'll go into it. So in high school, I had some stuff going on after I graduated, and I was super sad and depressed. And as a wrestling fan, not as a wrestling fan, I knew this. Batista was in the film Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yep.
So I was super sad and depressed about some things that were going on when I got out of high school. Some things happened. I want to get into it. But Guardians of the Galaxy came out like the week after all of it kind of hit the fan. And so my friend was like, hey, let's go see Batista because we just saw him at the WrestleMania and he has no cardio. So watch this action movie. We were just expecting Batista to be like running and just be like the whole time.
Got his respirator going.
Yeah, they got the oxygen mask and everything
Yeah.
going for him. Went to the film. I loved it. That's when I really like. And that was probably my first big time. That was actually the first time I saw Chris Pratt as a big role. And I actually remember like, hey, this is Chris Pratt because I'd seen him a couple movies where I didn't realize he was there.
Right.
But then I saw this. It made me watch Parks and Rec for Chris Pratt, Andy Dwyer, Burt Macklin, hilarious. No, so that movie is always really close to my heart because like I was just super depressed at the time, and that movie was just like it was a lighthearted film. It was funny. It was good natured. Got me kind of out of that dive that I was in. Got me into a little better of a mindset. So I will always go watch the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. They don't disappoint. However, there are some games I want to talk about that disappoint me. One of them was a game that had a great sequel. It was Destiny.
Is
love
Destiny 2 good?
Oh, I love Destiny 2. I had just the first plain Destiny. Like I didn't buy any DLC or anything like that because
Right.
I just after the game came out, I wasn't 100% into it anymore. So I had just what they call vanilla Destiny.
Right.
And I didn't have a lot of fun. It was super quick campaign. Raids didn't come for like another month or two, but before they even got there, I was already bored and I turned the game off, never touched it again. Destiny 2, however, love that game. Play it a lot. When I'm not playing, I mean, right now I'm on Cuphead, and then I'm playing a lot of WWE 2K because I like to mess around with that.
Yep, I
Like
bet.
just like download random characters and have them do stupid things. Do that. So that was one of the games that disappointed me. Another one was I don't know if you ever played Assassin's Creed Unity.
No,
I
I
picked-
didn't. I don't think I played that one.
Assassin's Creed Unity was taking place in the French Revolution. The hero or the character was Arno. I just couldn't get
Wait.
into the game. It was super buggy.
Was that the one where it had like the clues, like you can be like a detective or something like that?
I don't know. I don't think so.
And you were able to do like these little side missions where you can find like the UFO or like Sasquatch.
I don't think so. I don't know though.
One of the Assassin's Creed where you,
I literally was
you can
so
look for
disdained
clues.
and so depressed by the game. I just didn't want to. Like I was just so like depressed that it was so bad. I just didn't want to play it because like everyone at this was right at the time when everyone was like, "Well, the games are getting really bad," and I was like, "Well, I mean, they're not really bad. I still play them, and I'm enjoying. I was enjoying
Right.
Black Flag. I enjoyed Assassin's Creed 3. I actually really enjoyed Black Flag. Now that I look back on it, one of my favorites in all honesty. I thought it was really cool. You could just like walk, just like sail around in the ships, kill things on random islands. I thought it was really cool.
I think I skipped Black Flag.
You should play Black Flag. It's really good.
I have it.
I think it's yeah.
I
I
never
think
played it.
Yeah, I think it's free. So I picked that one just because Origins comes out Friday. I'm expecting great things from it. They took 2 years off. They showed some footage of Judges Week, like a week or two before E3 comes out. They have what's called Judges Week, where the panels come and they show the game off and people look at it and they talk about it. And there's like an embargo where people can't talk about what they see at Judges Week. Anyone that's involved in Judges Week has like a 3-week embargo, or until at least it's shown at E3, and then they can get more in depth about it. Everyone at Judges Week was saying this game looks phenomenal and it's going to be really, really good.
I hope so.
Oh, I have really high hopes for that game. I think it's going to be a fantastic game. I just don't have it pre-ordered yet. I spent a little bit too much money on getting a gift, and also I'm gonna spend my money on Mario Odyssey. That comes out Friday. As well.
Mario Odyssey.
Hey, look, if that game is 10% as good as Breath of the Wild, that's a fantastic game. Breath of the Wild is one of my favorite games. Breath of the Wild will probably be my game of the year,
Yeah.
barring maybe Odyssey. It's probably gonna be my game of the year.
In all honesty, say what you want to say about Nintendo, but they always provide real good quality games.
What I like about Nintendo is they take a chance. So PlayStation and Microsoft, do not get me wrong, but Sony and Microsoft every year, every generation, it's the same thing. A controller looks fairly identical.
You're right.
Some exclusive games, and that's it. They focus on that. They focus on being and someone brought it up. Greg Miller, who used to do IGN, does Kind of Funny now. I don't really listen to it as much as I used to now. He brought up a really good point. There's no winner or loser in the console wars. If you sell 100 million units,
You're
you
making
win.
money. Yeah.
Maybe someone sold more, but you sold 100 million units. Sony went all in on this generation of PlayStation 4 to win it, and they've got the VR that's been paying off. But it looks like they're trying to get rid of the VR. But they made their money on VR this time. They didn't take a loss. So, the numbers are showing that more people are starting to buy Xboxes. You got the X coming out in about 2 or 3 weeks now. I think about it. A few weeks from now comes the X. Yeah, I got the one I won from Taco Bell,
yeah.
and I have the one I pre-ordered. Still, I'm going to keep both of them.
Why? What's the point?
Because you can game share. So like I can play up. So my brother can be upstairs and he can play like you download the games.
Right.
And you have 2 different accounts.
Right.
So then you can do what's called game sharing, where both games can be shared across the 2 consoles.
Okay.
So like we can both play Destiny 2 at the same time together.
Right.
We're just in different rooms. But I can't wait to see what that looks like on my 4K TV. That's gonna look just absolutely crazy.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna look so good. I'm not gonna be playing it. I'm not gonna be going, oh my god, Cuphead looks fantastic on the 4K TV.
No.
But like Destiny will look great.
All
Assassin's
those
Creed's
big,
gonna look great.
big companies is gonna look real nice.
Yeah. So I know those games are gonna be good. But let me get on my thing with Nintendo. Nintendo takes risks, and that's why I really like them, because the Wii was a risk. The Wii U was a risk, having that gamepad. And now the Switch. The Switch is a great idea.
Yeah, it really is.
A lot of people think the Switch is just some stupid gimmick console. A lot of people that travel a lot use the Switch more than anything else. Because you can pay $150 and get, or $200 get a Vanguard, which is just a giant briefcase with a TV in it, so you can lug around your console. Or you can buy a $300 Switch that's the size of an iPad.
Right.
And play Mario, play Zelda. The battery life on it is really good. You can plug a pair of headphones into it and listen to it. You can set it down. You can plug it back into a TV. It's a very portable console. So if you're doing a lot of traveling, it's ideal. And I like it because they took a chance. It's not your same old, here's your box console, you press this to eject, here's the disc to go. It's 1080p, 4K, the numbers and things. This is like, hey, guess what this does? It's a cartridge-based console. And you can take it on the go with you. And I was like, wow, this is crazy.
Interesting thing I saw about that, they're getting an update where you can use the GameCube controllers on it.
Yeah, so if you bought the old Wii U GameCube adapter, you can use it. It'll be compatible. No, but what I did notice too was Switch sold a lot of units. In the first 4 months, it sold 5 million units.
Is that just in America?
That's worldwide.
Worldwide.
So, and you think about it now, the PlayStation, the Xbox have been out for a few years, and this is them selling 5 million units. They sold out. Like they sold out. You couldn't get them for the first few weeks. You still couldn't get them. And like now, they're still selling out everywhere. So, the Switch is incredibly popular because it's just people like it. It's portable. You don't got to deal with a bunch of crap. However, they did do one thing with the Switch that a lot of people didn't think was a good idea, and it's they shot the Nintendo DS right in the head. There's like an ownership, according to some facts, there's an ownership rating of Pokemon, of Game Freak Pokemon games, like the RPG games. The ownership rate on a DS is like 80%. It's the highest on DSs. And they're going to put it on a Switch now, and they're not going to do it on the DS anymore. Essentially saying that people are essentially what the numbers were saying is that people were buying DSs just to have Pokemon.
Right.
And I mean, I have a DS and I have 3 Pokemon games on it, a 4th one when Ultra Sun comes out.
Right.
So
So you throw that on the Switch, no one's gonna want or play
Not as
the
many people are
DS.
going to buy the DS anymore. They're going to
Right.
focus all on the Switch. Well, the question is, are they going to stick with the Switch? Because, I mean, in all honesty, they could just make a Switch Mini in like 2 years. Like
And
a
yeah, and
smaller
then
Switch.
transfer and then basically have that be the new DS.
Yeah. Or just have it just be like if people that don't like the size of the Switch can get the smaller Switch.
Right.
Because the Switch, honestly, is pretty big. Like, it's got good size to it.
Yeah.
So, no, I really like Nintendo with what they do with that. I think they take risks. So, I think Odyssey is going to be a really big game. I think it's going to be huge. I don't know if it'll be big as Breath of the Wild, because Breath of the Wild was just phenomenal. I thought it was really, really good. I thought it was good storytelling. There was voice. Supposedly, this is the first Zelda game that actually ever had voiceover characters in it. Didn't know that, but like the graphics were just beautiful. It's a really it's a world that really immerses you into it. So it's really good. Immerses, excuse me, I said emerges. So we've kind of hit our point here. We talked a little bit about athletes we hate. Do you want to get into that, or do you want to just go right to the games to watch?
Games to watch.
Games to watch. All right, we'll save that for another topic. We'll save that for next Monday. Athletes we can't stand anymore. You can take my word for it. We'll talk about it if I remember to put it on the next episode's script. So games to watch. You've got World Series Game 2 is tonight at 8 p.m. It is Rich Hill taking on Justin Verlander for tonight. Saturday, you got Penn State taking on Ohio State, 3:30. That's going to be a really big game. Some people are calling Ohio State possibly to upset. And then for Sunday, you got a whole slew of games. If you can get the chance to watch this game, I think this game would be a good game to watch. The Houston Texans taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Deshaun Watson, the
Yep.
young upstart rookie, great human being, great football player, taking on the tough Seattle Seahawks defense. So we will see where that goes. Any last thoughts, Cam, on today's discussions?
Nope. I'm speechless about Richard Spencer. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, all I would say is Daryl the Cat would go over on Richard Spencer at Wrestle Kingdom 12. I don't think that's even a debatable topic. Well, that has been this week for the Going Over Clean podcast. We will see you on Monday. Until then, it's been my pleasure to serve you.